Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So for cervical CA, again we're back with it. As I told you guys, you have to draw it. You don't have to memorize it. Just draw it, and then you'll get it. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 is limited to the cervix. We know that. So what we take over here is the depth of stromal invasion. How much is the invasion? So we're gonna draw it. Okay. The stromal invasion has started and it's going down until 5 mm of depth. So less than or equal to 5 mm, 1A ends. Over here, 1A has ended. But things are not going to be this simple, okay? This is FIGO. Okay, so they just, added another demarcation of 3 mm. Just to, make you guys go crazy. So it's less than or equal to 3 mm. So when it's until 3 mm or less than that, it's 1A1, and when it's more than 3 mm but less than or equal to 5 mm, it's 1A2. This whole until 5 mm is 1A, but then this is 1A1 and this is 1A2, okay, with the demarcation of 3 mm. So very easy. How are you going to treat it? Since this is going to be microscopic, okay, it's I don't know if the brightness is okay. This doesn't seem right. Okay, so you are going to go for, you can do ablative techniques for 1A1, but cone biopsy, if she wants to preserve her fertility, you can go for trachelectomy. Otherwise, you can go for simple hysterectomy. Okay, for both of these, but the only difference is the concept is that as the depth of stromal invasion increases, the chances of involvement of lymph nodes, they increase. Okay, so in this case, since when the depth is more, when it's from greater than 3 mm till 5 mm, there's a greater chance of lymph node involvement. So, which means that in 1A2, the lymph node dissection will also be involved, okay, depending on the situation, okay. But whether it's 1A1 or 1A2, in any of 1A, please guys listen to this, if there is substantial lymphovascular stromal invasion, then simple hysterectomy will not suffice. You will have to do a radical hysterectomy whenever there is a substantial lymphovascular stromal invasion. We're going to go for a radical hysterectomy. What is the difference between simple and radical? We'll discuss that later after I study it, okay? So now we know the management, okay? For 1A1, 1A2, 1A as a whole, what happens when there's lymphovascular stromal invasion, okay? So 1A has ended. Okay, now greater depth of invasion, we again go to a size of less than or equal to 2 centimeter. Now I know we're talking big, we're talking centimeters because it's not 1A anymore, it's 1B, so it's bigger, okay? And so this is in one demarcation, and then when it goes till less than or equal to 4 centimeter, another demarcation, and when it goes more than 4 centimeter, another demarcation. But the requirement is that it is within the cervix, okay, as long as it's in the cervix. So from greater than 5 mm till less than or equal to 2 centimeter, this is 1B1. And how are you going to treat it? By radical hysterectomy. Okay, so radical hysterectomy is for 1A when there is lymphovascular stromal invasion, and it is the treatment for 1B1. But if she wants to preserve her fertility, then still you can do radical trachelectomy for stage 1B1. Very important point, because the next point is a very important question. Now, more than 2 centimeter but less than or equal to 4 centimeter. This point is now 1B2. Trachelectomy cancelled. Has cancelled at 1B2. No trachelectomy, guys. This is a very important point, that you can perform trachelectomy in cervical CA before stage 1B2 until 1B1. Once it crosses the 2 centimeter mark, you can no longer perform trachelectomy. Trachelectomy to 1B2, do not. So 1B2, no trachelectomy. And cannot. Okay. So this is a very important question, very important recall. Please, you should know when you have to stop performing trachelectomy in 1B2. No, never choose trachelectomy. You can no longer perform it. Until 1B1, you have the option, but 1B2, no, I'm sorry. Sad, crying, but cannot, okay? So we have the option in 1B2. What option we have? In 1B2, we are going to go for radical hysterectomy, and we are going to go for chemo radiation now, okay? Because now in not in 1B2, in the next stage 1B2 we can only do radical hysterectomy, okay? Now in 1B3 we have the option of radical hysterectomy, but with this we have chemo radiation in 1B3 because now it's very big, it's more than 4 centimeter, so only radical hysterectomy is not enough. You also have to give chemo radiation. In 1B2 don't give chemo. I was wrong. I just accidentally said that. In 1B2 only radical hysterectomy. In 1B1 radical hysterectomy, and the option of radical trachelectomy is in 1B2 only one option, radical hysterectomy, no option of trachelectomy. In 1B3 you have the option of radical hysterectomy with chemo radiation. In this is for 1B3 and 2A. I will discuss 2A shortly, but 1B3 and 2A radical hysterectomy and chemo radiation. Okay. Now we're going to talk about 2. 2 is very easy because it has come outside cervix. So what is outside? What is there? What stuff is there to go for? So this and then with this. Okay, so let's say this portion it was the cervix. So it's going to go down and go sideways. It's going where what's down is the vagina. So upper 2/3, 2/3, 2/3. So it's going to involve the upper 2/3 of vagina and the parametrium. So divided accordingly. Upper 2/3 of vagina A, parametrium 2B. But it's not going to be that easy. It's FIGO, guys. It's not kindergarten. So 2A is further divided into 2A1 and 2A2, but very easy demarcation, 4 centimeters. Less than or equal to 4 centimeter is stage 2A1. More than 4 centimeter is 2A2. Okay, and what was the treatment for 1B2 and 2A? We have the option of chemo radiation and radical hysterectomy. And 2B is now parametrium. So it has expanded laterally, parametrium. So now radical hysterectomy will not suffice. You have to do a palliative surgery now. Very important. From 2B till 4A, please cram this, guys. I'm sorry, but you have to. From 2B till 4A, you are going to do palliative surgery with chemo radiation. Radical hysterectomy no longer an option because it has sidewise invaded in the parametrium now. So this was stage 2A1, 2A2, 2B, very easy. So stage 3 again, draw it. What is left, guys? What is left? Please use your common sense and tell me what is left. Upper 2/3 of vagina was invaded in 2A1. Lower 1/3 is left. So lower 1/3 of vagina is involved in 3A. Also lateral pelvic wall is also involved now. So what is in lateral pelvic wall? The ureters. A very important question, very important. That whenever the ureter is involved, they have given hydronephrosis. Whenever there's a renal issue that is not congenital, that is not related to any other cause, and it's cervical CA, that is stage 3B. Please write it on your foreheads. Okay, write it on a wall somewhere. That in 3B we have the involvement of renal issues, because now the ureters are involved and they'll lead to hydronephrosis and renal failure and whatever. But pelvic side wall is not involved before 3B. One recall that I shared was 1B2, no trachelectomy. 2 no. 1B1, until 1B1 you can do trachelectomy, no trachelectomy beyond 2 centimeter. The other recall is ureter involvement is 3B. 3B is ureter involvement or renal involvement because it's now involving the pelvic side wall. As long as it was 3A, no. 2B, no. Okay? And the treatment is same. We are still going to go for that. We were going for palliative surgery and chemoradiation. Until 4A, we have that option. Okay. Now 3C is I see the nodes. What do you see? Can you see the nodes or can you not see the nodes? So the eyes can either see the nodes or not see the nodes. Okay, so 3C1 and 3C2. 3C1 is pelvic nodes. 3C2 is para-aortic nodes. Very easy. Very easy. Can you see the nodes? I can see the nodes. I can see the pelvic nodes. 3C1, I can see the para-aortic nodes. 3C2. Now we have 4. So 4A and 4B, just like other stages, 4B is going to be distant metastasis and 4A is going to be into the surrounding organs, into the bladder mucosa, the rectal mucosa, the adjacent organs are going to be invaded. So the treatment was from 2B until 4A. So for 4B, we have chemotherapy and palliative radiotherapy. Okay, now we no longer go for palliative surgery for 4B because it's too late. Okay, guys, thank you.